It seems like you had a lot of energy for the first few minutes. What happened after?
Well, I mean, obviously they got one and then found a way to get a second one, which obviously chasing the game over and over against a team like this it's very difficult. Obviously, it was tight checking game all the way through, and they took advantage of some opportunities. And at the end of the day, we didn't, and that ends up being the difference.
It's a recipe, but it's not always working coming back.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, it's not the way you draw it up. It's not the way you want to have to play every night, but we're never gonna quit on each other, and we're always gonna try our hardest to get back in the game. But sometimes it's harder than other nights. But I mean, we're gonna go into Florida with a job to do and do everything we can to do it.
What was your sense of the power play tonight? What could have been different, I guess, to break through?
I mean, we had some looks for sure, but maybe find a way to generate some second, third looks quickly. Kind of pull them out of their formation a little bit more, but I thought we had some looks, and we'll stay confident, stay positive, and take a look, obviously, see if we can correct anything.
What made it hard for forwards to get to the net? Most of the shot at the events rate came from the defenseman.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's. I mean, we've been doing it all series. You just gotta put more pucks there, forwards and D, and then play off of it and find ways to get those pucks back, and then re-attack as quick as you can. And tonight we were stuck on the outside a little bit too much, but we'll find ways to get back there.
You guys haven't made it easy on yourselves at times in this class. You have 8 comeback wins. Does that kind of give you maybe some solace or some motivation or whatnot that you can do this time?
Yeah, I mean, we know that we can get it done. It's just a matter of going out there and finding a way to do it. It's obviously going to be our hardest challenge yet. So we'll look forward to it. We'll take it obviously tonight, tomorrow to reset and go from there. But no, I mean, we have confidence in ourselves that we can get the job done. But it's a lot easier said than done. You got to go do it. So we'll look forward to that.
It's a cliche that you got to be ready to play, but first periods have really been your Achilles heel. We're scoring 11-4. They've scored 2 in every game in game 1. So not only you're not scoring a ton, you're giving up lots. How do you change it? What do you feel you need for game 6?
I mean, it's finding a way to do it. It's simplify things as much as we can. We talk about it, playing with speed. But, I mean, at the end of the day, you just got to go out there and do it. So we got to find a way to do that in Game 6.
You found your game because you had urgency.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you had urgency tonight, or were they taking it away?
I mean, there's times in the game where we definitely did. Probably not enough stretches long enough, but I think early we were playing a desperate game, an urgent game, but they found a way to get the first one and the second one. And like we've been saying, I mean, we're a team that can always find a way to come back, but it's not always going to happen. And sometimes when you put yourself behind, it's just, I mean, you're not going to find ways to get back. So, I mean, like Jason's saying, like we got to figure out our first period here, and we'll look to correct that in Game 6.
Sorry, was the situation being down 3-2 in the final kind of guaranteed that?
I mean, yeah, it absolutely. It's got to be, obviously. We talked about backs against the wall. This is the ultimate. So, yeah.
Playing from behind again in the first period, just trying you guys how to switch. How do you do it?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think we've come out flat now, well, most of the series, so that's something. I think it's a mindset. I think we just got to make sure we get pucks in. Try to put pressure on them. They're obviously a good team for a reason, and they've come out and shown that early in the games, and we gotta find a way to be better than that in the start.
What did you see on the second goal, the Marchand one, the face-off at center ice?
Kind of half won it, and he came through with a lot of speed, and I was trying to just get the puck, and he got it by me, so that's pretty much what I saw.
Mattias, do you think that finding your guys' game early seems to be a bit of a struggle here? Are you sensing nerves with the group? Is it just kind of pausing in the moment a little bit? Like, what do you think's happening early on to the group mentally?
Well, if I knew, I would obviously address it, but they're a good team over there. We're a good team. We got to just make sure we bear down early on in games. It hasn't happened for us, and obviously we need to go down Florida and win a game, and we got to try to flip that and just make sure we. It's those simple cliches. You got to make sure you get pucks deep and put some pressure on them, and obviously we haven't been able to do too much of that early on, and that's on us. We got to be better at that.
With desperation, I mean, is it? How do you find it manufactured in a tie game or a 0-0 game? It seems when you guys are behind, you find it. What is it? Is it being physical? Is it?
Again, if I knew, I'd obviously address it, and then we'll be better. But I'm sure we'll look at some things and learn from it. And I mean, at this time, it's more about looking forward. And I'm not too big on looking in the rearview mirror. We just got to look forward. We got to go down to Florida and win a game. And whether that's hitting more or that's playing a simpler game, we'll have to look at that and address it.
Is it frustrating that like your best is good enough to beat them, but you just can't get to
Darnell Nurse in the room now as well.
Well, that's the challenge with this team on the other side, right? That's why they're good. So they're trying to do everything they can in their power to obviously deter us from playing our game, and that seemed to be the team that comes out winning in these games is the one that gets to their game the quickest and the longest. So that's kind of the battle.
These playoffs and had to win 8 in a row, or sorry, eight comeback wins. Does that give you kind of the solace that you think you have to overcome that and win the series?
Yeah, no, it's speaking for tonight. You know, getting behind obviously is tough, and you can only do it so many times against this team. And you know, I thought we had a good start, and you know, we didn't capitalize on our early chances, and made a couple mistakes. Obviously, they capitalized, but. Knowing that we're in a difficult situation, win our last 2 games is something that we're confident that we can do that. We've been through difficult situations before, and here's just another one that we'll overcome.
Left side, front row.
Chris, how do you rate the play of Pickard tonight, and who starts in net in Game 6? I'm
not going to make that decision right now after a tough loss like tonight. You know, from what I saw, I think Picks didn't have much chance on those goals, and you know, breakaways, shots through screens, slot shots. You know, there's nothing saying that it was a poor performance. So, yeah, that's what I see from it now.
Right side, third row.
I don't know if you'd agree, Chris, but to the eye, it seemed like they were getting the jump on a lot of pucks and such in the first portion of that game. Did you see it that way? And what do you think accounts for, you know, a group that wasn't at its high-end game in a really big moment in the early going here?
You know, we trailed later in the period. I'm not sure when they scored their first goal, but I thought we got off to a great start. We won a face-off and led to a goal against. So it's tough tonight. Like 2 of the goals against, we won the draws and they go down and score immediately. And you know, that's tough. Rather than being on the attack, having the puck, getting in on the forecheck, at least should happen. And what it turns out is we're picking the puck out of our net. So. I thought the first 10 minutes, I thought it was a pretty good start. Second half of the period, not so much. But, yeah, that's my feelings right now.
Left side, second row.
Chris, when you mentioned those 2 goals, so what did you see off of them? Because you're right, it's kind of rare to win the draw, and then seconds later, the puck's in your net.
Yeah, they just won the race to the puck, and whether we're not in a very good position to defend after that, but... you know, those pucks laying behind, we should be able to pick up. And even if they do pick them up, we should still be in a pretty good position to defend and not give up to something that's too dangerous.
We'll take a few more. Right side, front row.
Yeah, Chris, you even though you didn't have a bad first 10 minutes, in the first periods in this series, you're being outscored 11-4. You've given up 2 goals in each of those first periods. Is that a little head scratching to you? Why this team hasn't come out with a little more zip?
Well, a lot of it's the being outscored. Big majority of that is from special teams. Giving up power play goals in the first period. I'm not sure how many they have in the first period, but I would say a good portion of that is part of the reason why there's you know, us trailing as much as we are there. But you know, it's so important when 2 teams are battling. Scoring that first goal is very important, and then also in the special teams battle is important too. And tonight, I thought our penalty kill did a pretty good job, and I thought our power play, besides one, I thought the rest of the power play opportunities that we had looked really good and just couldn't put the puck in the net.
Left side, fourth row.
What did you notice about Florida tonight versus the other game in the second period that made it so difficult to come back?
In the second period, I thought we had some good opportunities, chances, the majority of the play in the offensive zone. But it was a very tight checking game, and when you're trailing, those are the kind of games you'd like to open up a little bit. And they're not going to open up very much. They're a good, sound defensive team. They don't make many mistakes. We just had to try and execute a few more plays to open things up.
Last one, right side, front row.
Hey, Chris, this is the team. Your team is really good when they're throwing the puck around, when they're making plays, making passes. Did you feel like today you were just a little off, a little disconnected, and or is that something that you felt you guys were off, or you felt that they were doing a good job getting sticks and lanes and things like that?
There should be some credit given to them, but just the simple pass, tape to tape, whether you're, it's one thing if there's a defender in your way and you have to make a difficult pass through skates or over a stick or something like that. Excuse me. But I think probably a little bit of both.